Hi everybody! Today I'm going to be showing you how my feeding tube works since I had lost the ability to swallow and my stomach doesn't digest or work anymore and it's shut down. So I'm going to show you basically how I take my medications, what my feeding tube basically does for me, how it works, and just to give you guys an idea of life without food. So here it goes. So for the surgery to get the GJ tube placed, they wanted to do it under local with local anesthetic and instead of general anesthetic. And I did not want to do that. I wanted to be put to sleep. And something just did not feel right about having local anesthetic. So I requested that I be put under general anesthesia. And at that time, the nurses were like, it's a 45-minute procedure. People do it every day awake. But call me wimpy, I wanted to be put to sleep. So they're trying to talk me out of it. They're like, well, you're going to have to be intubated. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm doing this on my computer, and it's very messed up. They're telling me I was going to have to be intubated. They're just really trying to discourage me from doing it. And my family wanted to go home, and the nurses were kind of upset with me because they were considering me that I was taking up another bed that somebody else could have used, because if I was going to go with general anesthesia, I would have had to wait another 4 days for the anesthesiologist to get there. Something didn't feel right, so I waited 4 days for the anesthesiologist to get there, and they fused my stomach to the left part of my abdominal wall, and they threaded the tubing through through my stomach and through my small intestines. Now, when I came out, the doctor was like, you better be glad you chose to go with general anesthesia, because if you didn't, it would have been unbearable for you, because instead of 45 minutes, it was a little over 4 hours long. And my instincts about the 4 days is right, because after that, I was there for another month. So when it comes to making decisions, make decisions on what you feel is right. Don't let other people try and pressure you into making a decision that will make them feel more comfortable or that'll make them feel more pleased with themselves. Make a decision based on how you feel and what you think is best for yourself. So excuse my shakiness, but I'm trying to do this on the computer. This is the machine that runs it all. And it's going at 45 right now, and most people are supposed to be at 90 to 100 because they call that bolus feedings. But my intestines, since this is going directly into my small intestines, my intestines don't work right, so I have to go extremely slow. This is the food bag, and in a minute I'll show you basically the can and everything. So this is the whole stand. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm connected to it. Let me show you the connection. I'm sorry, I'm like moving this thing everywhere. I have to drag this everywhere. This coming from the feeding bag. With all this tubing leads to my feeding tube. My feeding tube looks like this. This one goes into my small intestines. This one here goes into my stomach, but I don't use that one because my stomach has shut down. And this is the food. It's called Crucial. It's for immune support. Each can has 375 calories. I'm supposed to have 4 cans a day. And this machine is supposed to be running 24/7. So it runs all day and it runs all night long. Now to my medications. you can't get all medications in liquid form, and since I can't swallow, I have to crush my pills in this thing here. Let me show you guys. So today's Sunday morning. I have to take an antibiotic and a Florinef. It's more, not a pill crusher, it's more of a grinder. So stick them both in there, crush them up, and I have to crush them really fine because if it clogs the tube, then I'll be in some serious trouble. Now they say that before I left the hospital, they told me if my tube got clogged to put Sprite, to inject Sprite down my tube. I guess that would break it up. So I gotta keep crushing and crushing. See water. Okay, I see water. It's still not fine enough. Okay. Now that that's mixed, stick it in the cup. And I have to go grab my liquid forms of medication, so I'll be right back. Okay, now that that medication is all good and crushed up, I'll do my liquid form. I actually have 2 liquids, but I'm just going to do one here because I don't do the other one until nighttime. And I put it in the crushed pills. After that, I get some water, put it in a cup, leave that to dissolve for a second. So what I'll do is I'll pause the machine, grab the lid, disconnect myself without trying to splatter everywhere. Put the lid back on there, keep everything sanitary. And I get the syringe. It fits in just like that. So first, I gotta get all this into the syringe. That's all my medication. Gotta leave air in there. And it's gonna go directly into my small intestines. So after the medications, I have to do a flush, and it's just basic water. It's 40 cc's. Oh, I have to repause my machine, and just to make sure that all the medication does not mix with my food, I have to flush it. Now after all that, I have to reconnect myself. So grab the tubing again, pull the lid off, get my tube, pop it open, stick it in, and hit continue. And that's basically how I eat. And after living like this, you know, I understand why people live to eat now. And I really miss eating dinner with my family. And I don't feel hungry. I actually haven't felt hungry in 9 months, and that's where all this had started. But I really do miss food. Even though I don't feel hungry, I miss the flavor, and I miss enjoying, you know, eating with my friends. And so I'm hoping that my swallowing will come back, and I just wish that this will never ever have to happen to anybody else with dysautonomia, because it's very difficult to handle, and it is by no means not fun at all. So I'll try to keep up with your comments, And if you have any questions, I'll answer your questions. Stay healthy, stay strong, and hang in there.